idea what that thing is. Let me just a second. Oh, okay. So I wanted to hop on here for just a few minutes. I am on my way to work basically, but I wanted to rant what I felt compelled to. I just found this realtor. I don't even remember his name, honestly, and it's not important. I don't want to like call him out, tag him in this video. But last night I was listening to this video. I was like, okay, this is one of the good ones. This is one of the good salespeople. This is one of the good people that siphon off the rest of us for a living because like he seems like he's using his expertise to try to help people. And like I followed other realtors. I used to follow Christina Smallhorn for years, and there's a reason and a season for everything. But it just really grinds my gears when these days, in these most difficult economic times since the Great Depression, basically, there are people on there acting like life is a fucking Monopoly game, telling us to just like, oh my God, I said it within a minute, whatever, telling us to just go buy investment properties. Like we can all just do that. Like it's Monopoly, like just roll the die, take your money and buy an investment home. If you're saying that to people in the year 2025, chances are, I mean, I don't even have to say chances are. I know 100%, I would bet one of my digits on it that, because I don't have any money in the bank, like 60% of us, that you were helped, that you at least lived in one of the best economic times of our country. And that's why you had a springboard. That's why you have the nest egg that you do. That's why you make money off of other people needing a shelter. And it's because of people like you doing it and making a whole fucking career out of it. That's why there's so many people that can't afford to live anywhere. And there's still this weird idea that like you're evading property taxes if you're renting. You're paying property taxes if you're renting. We're all being screwed in so many ways. And the same realtor, he'll like turn around and like this video he made today, like I said, like last night, one video, I was like, okay, this is a good one. Like I want to follow him. And then today it's like, well, this is all you need to do. Okay. In your 20s, you buy a investment property, you fix it up, and then you rent that out. And then you do that again and again and again. By the time you're 30s, you're like a landlord. And I'm just sitting here like, I want to scream. Me and my husband couldn't afford to rent the house that we own. These are the things that people need to talk about. It's not fair that we literally couldn't afford. We don't make 3 times what the rent would be. Like you usually have to, when you rent, you have to have 3 times the income of the monthly rental price. And it's like, we literally couldn't afford to live in the house that we own. That doesn't make any sense. That's not how it used to be when most of you that are out there telling us to play Monopoly, like life is a fucking Monopoly game. That's not how it was when you were coming up. No, you had it much easier. Gone are the days where you could get a $65,000 house, fix it up, and 8 years later, it's worth $350,000. And mostly, okay, yeah, inflation, printing money, I give you that. But a lot of it is people like you making careers out of home ownership, out of people needing shelter. Like the market price. It's not my fault. It's the market that drives up the price. The market. You're the market, you dumbasses. It is your fault. It's your fault. People are priced out of rentals. People can't afford to live. And then you turn around and tell us to just buy investment properties. Like, we need blue collar workers. I work in a factory. We need people like me. We need people that work in warehouses. We will never not need people that do those menial jobs that most people consider to be like unworthy of any kind of high status. When in all reality, AI is going to take over all these jobs you're telling people to do. The lawyers, the doctors, the techies, most of these jobs, oh my God, I just spat everywhere. Most of these jobs are going to be taken over by AI much sooner than people who drive forklifts, push pallets around, and make sure the supply chain keeps going, okay? We have to constantly troubleshoot our machines. They are not replacing us to troubleshoot the machines. Like, they're not going to have machines troubleshooting machines anytime soon, okay? They're just not. They're simply not. There's a lot of money floating around in the auto manufacturing industry where I work. There's a lot. Even in this bad economic times, I still get paid holidays. They can't wait to pay me. I don't work on a holiday. They still give me holiday pay. I never had a job like that before. So I sincerely appreciate my company, and the benefits are so great. And it's like, there's so many reasons why one would choose to be a collar worker, why one simply can't take the risk or does not want to. They don't want to take the risk of investing their money into something that might not work out. Because they speak from both ends against the middle. These real estate investors are, be careful, one big repair, you're going to be screwed. You're going to be in under a house, like you might not be able to flip it. It's a bad idea. If you renting is a good idea most of the time. And like the same people, the same mentality will turn around and be like, all you have to do is just get a few investment properties. You'll be fine. You'll be set for the rest of your life. It's 2025. The ship that was once the American dream is sinking, clearly. And for people to be encouraging others, like, it's just so easy, especially with the interest rates, the way that they are now. It floors me. I am so annoyed with hearing that. Like, yes, being a homeowner was the best decision we ever made. So I get it to a certain extent. However, to tell other people, like, we couldn't just go buy another house. We can barely afford our mortgage payment. We couldn't stay afloat if we were renting right now. We'd have to get like a one bedroom. We couldn't have enough space for our kids. We wouldn't be able to have pets. It is just ridiculous and insanity what is going on right now. Like, do we live in the same world? Are there multiple dimensions existing at the same time? How can these people really, it's, in my opinion, they're coping because they know that there's people like me and you out there working really hard jobs, making 18, $20 an hour, working their asses off. And it feels good to be productive at the end of the day. I don't want to take people's money from them. I don't have the heart to take people's hard earned money from them. I couldn't do what we did with our first property over and over and over. I seriously felt bad walking away with the money that we did from our first house after owning it for 7 years. It made me feel terrible. I don't see how these people walk around doing what they do, making 50, $100,000 off a house over and over and over. At a certain point, can you use that to have like start a business that's actually productive, that's actually producing something for the good of your community instead of just taking and taking and taking? Because that is what is wrong with the world. I'm so sick of being looked down on as a blue collar worker, as a factory worker, because of dipshits like that that have more than me. But he's also like, maybe not him. I don't know his personal situation. He seems like he's probably debt free, but he doesn't promote it. But he talks a lot about it. Like, oh, like rich people don't have a car note. Well, duh, because you get penalized for being poor. You get taxed, you get extra interest rate. You don't ever get a break. And like the more money you have, the more breaks you get. That's the way it's set up. Like the whole credit system is a fucking joke. And you have to play it. You do. You have to learn how to play it. But it's a joke when you realize like you can, rent, pay utilities on time, pay your car note. You can do everything right for a decade and still barely have any credit. If you don't play their game and get into debt enough with their stupid credit cards. It's mostly corporations. He's the minority. Corporations, baby bro, you are right. And then it comes to like what is it? Is it Blackstone that owns most of the, like, I do get what you're saying, but it's these people that have a corporate mindset. These people that don't have a heart and don't see the rest of us as human beings that didn't all get the same one-ups as them. And like, if you are born into a family that doesn't own a car, you are significantly less likely to ever own a car in your life. And, instead of like, we can see it's the corporations. Why can't they? They're like, oh, this is all you have to do. No, it's like because of since the Federal Reserve, right? Like it's been 100+ years since this was really taken place. But especially in the last, like 2 decades, like for them to act like they're experts on anything and then like, you can still just go buy investment properties and be fine. It's ridiculous. And I do live in America. I live in Kentucky. Hey, Mr. Carey. I'm sorry, I barely looked at the chat. I really need to go. I do follow Dave Ramsey. But a lot of it, I kind of make fun of him sometimes because it's like a lot of the people that call into the show, they're like, I have $100,000 and I don't know how to spend it. He doesn't really talk and interact with a lot of people like us. But I am proud of a lot of the decisions we've made. I'm just honest about like the mistakes we've made too. But we paid off, $60,000 worth of student loan debt in our 20s because we wanted to stay on top of debt because we knew that was our biggest debt at the time and we wanted to stay on top of it. Not everybody can tackle debt like that. Not everybody was like taught to or had the foresight to, and it's not all their fault either. And it's just like these people that make I don't like a lot of realtors. I'm sorry, I don't like a lot of salesmen. I'm turning into Archie Bunker in my middle age. I can't stand people that make as much money as I make off in a month. And I get they do a lot of work that is unpaid. I know what realtors do, okay? But I don't agree with it. They're never going to get thousands of dollars off a sale of my home ever again. They're not. We sold our first home for sale by owner. It sold in a day. And that was when the market was freaking crazy. Like 2020, when it was like at the height and right before the interest rates got really bad. So anyways, and even saying that, like, I feel like a braggart just talking about being a homeowner because I know how hard it is for people. I know how difficult it is for people. If I didn't have my husband, I wouldn't be a homeowner. My husband made me a homeowner. And for that, I am eternally grateful. But I also believe, it was reciprocal. I did like give him a family to work hard for. And we made our family, we gave each other, motivation and goals we wanted to accomplish together. And that really greatly helps. And that's another reason why I speak out about like relationship issues, because we need each other now more than ever in every way, especially emotionally and financially. And like then the rift between people is like widening. So anyways, I'm sorry I didn't really talk in the chat. John said, you are not the body nor the mind. You are pure consciousness, untouched, free. That's a nice way to end on a high note, because I don't want to leave with like such negativity. Like, I really wanted to say, like, I love my job, I love being productive, I know I'm not the only person, and I know I'm not the only person, like, it stings when you see people just act like, "Oh, if you're struggling, all you have to do is be like me, be a blood-sucking leech like me." No, some of us like having a steady job with a steady paycheck and not trying to go make a bunch of money off of a sale of somebody's biggest asset and, try to pull one over on somebody to sell them a car and lie to them. I would never be able to be a car salesman. I would tell everybody everything that's wrong with the car. I couldn't. That's what I do when I get rid of a car. I tell them everything that's wrong with it. I have like, and yeah, I'm not trying to say like I'm a perfect person either. I think we're all here to balance each other out. Like we do need the seedy salesman shit too. We need that. We need the evil to have the joy, the light, right? But no, Chris, I'm not selling any cars. I'm helping to make them. I'd much rather have, the steady benefits, or like, I'd rather be a blue collar worker. Hey, Blue Skies, Vienna. I have not seen you lately. Oh, you're so sweet. I'm glad I got to say hi to you. But yes, we need to call out the wage stagnation. This is the problem. It's the wage stagnation. It's the fact that somebody used to be able to work at a job like mine and easily afford a house and a vacation. We used to be able to vacation as a family on one income 10 years ago. We can't anymore. We can barely afford to have our animals. It's not fair to just be like, oh, if you can't afford to take your pet to the vet, you're a bad person. Nobody can hardly afford anything anymore. And we need to all like come together and talk about it. And help each other out instead of like ignoring the problem and acting like all you have to do is become a real estate investor. No, like I don't want to do that. And we're a part of this capitalistic system. We can't escape it unless you're going to go live in a teepee on national parks and like move around every week or two. And even that they're making more difficult. If you didn't know, they're making van life, they're making homelessness, everything more difficult. That like is housing the housing crisis becomes worse. It's something we all need to talk about instead of talking about how, like, it's a Monopoly game, you need to just buy more houses, that's the remedy, right? Anyways, I'm really sorry I didn't say more to people. I'm glad I got to see you all today. Houses wouldn't be expensive if there weren't 50 million illegal immigrants and 60 million legal immigrants, Bible Thumper said. Well, Bible Thumper, I have spoken out about the immigration issue in our country, and I agree with you. I am not against immigration altogether, but the way that it's happening now, it's definitely taking away housing and resources from people that were already here. And it's one reason we moved to Kentucky from Indiana. So, and I'm not racist. I am 25% Central American. I don't know how to like explain to people there's nuances. Two things can be true at once. Things aren't always black and white. They're trying to take away the gray to divide and conquer, make more of us hate each other. We need each other. Like, I respect you and I love you and I care about the work that you do. If you are a blue collar worker, I don't care what amount of money you make. It's not about the money. It's about we need you. We need people that work the every single job that everybody else looks down on because those are the most important. And when the panini happened, when the severe weather, when there's an emergency, statewide emergency alert because of the weather, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. We still have to go to work at my factory. The only other people that work are like doctors, maybe a few gas station clerks. Most people don't go to work besides people in factories, warehouses. They are the unsung heroes. And I'm like, yeah, I am patting myself on the back. I know it's like, but I'm really not just doing it for me. I'm doing it for all of you too that are also in the same boat as me. That like it feels really good. I love Fridays going in there and knowing like the end of Friday night and we had another work done and the numbers are good, the scrap is low. That's a great feeling that I don't think I could get by just trying to make as much money as I can off of people. And I guess that's kind of like what they depend on. You could even say that they condition us to be good little factory workers, and I get that. I know all about the Prussian school system. And, anyways, guys, I really do need to get going. I got lead foot. I am a racist. The light turns green. I punch the pedal to the metal. Oh, Mr. Carey. I love you guys. I hope everybody has a great weekend. And I will see you tomorrow night, although it might be either a little earlier or later because I've got some plans, but like I will do a live tomorrow night. I asked my mind, who am I? It said, I don't know. I said, exactly. Yes, John Guerra, that's like one thing about psychology, like our unconscious mind versus like our thinking mind and recognizing like your emotions and being able to see them, and that's a huge, huge part of growing up, becoming whole and healing. And if anybody else is getting ready to go to work, I hope you have a good shift. Love you guys. Bye.